Greetings and salutations, this is Jason Silverain, and today I'm taking a look at Ballionaire. Now, I really like pachinko style games. I don't know why, that just hits something in my brain, but there's so few of them. And I do like pinball as well, but this is always a bit different, it's a bit more laid back, and I can usually do it whilst I'm playing other things or doing other things. But Ballionaire is made by newobject and published by Raw Fury. It's now available for £12.34. It's offered on sale, honestly though, and I will tell you why. It's not really worth more than £5 at the moment. Maybe 8 at a push to get it when it's on sale if you like this kind of game. No. As much as this happy little chappie's dancing around, and it does have a very distinct art style and kind of upbeat music, the game kind of lacks content in a way because a lot of the content is very shallow. It doesn't interact with each other amazingly. Now, I have got all the unlocks, and one of the things I can do is just actually reset this so we can unlock it all again, but there's nothing to do. And again, I love the art style for this. I love how quirky it is. Oh, and you can change your various unlocks and triggers, but for now, I'm going to turn them all on. I admittedly don't think that most of the unlocks are worth it, because of the combination of the styles. Now, what I mean by this is we have attackables, which are kind of cool, and we have some very powerful ones. By attackables, I mean by you bonk them with the ball, and they lose health, and once they've gone down to 0 health, you know, they do an action. So like this one gives you spells, which is a thing you can place. Another one is basically explodes and releases more balls, things like that. But there's only like 3 or 4 of them, I think at most. There's the Lich, there's a Troll, there's the Bomblin, and I think there's the Wyvern. I don't think there's really any other attackables, other than this one, technically, but I don't really count. You just get bonus money for every point you do damage. So there's not... You can build for it, it's helpful, but it doesn't really synergize too well with other stuff, even though you have 3 different types of weapon or things that can increase it. You have things with charges, mostly things that spawn more items, and things like the computer. There we go. Gain a standard draft. It means you can draw another thing to place on the board. And you get lots of stuff that recharge things. But, honestly, because of the RNG and the such, you can never really build it up enough to really use it. Or, alternatively, it's just not that useful. There's not enough depth to each of the little subcategories of ball and item. Option-wise, it's okay. It's not too much to sing home about. But let's get into the gameplay, because it's not bad gameplay. It kind of just throws you straight into it. There is a whole tutorial section within this shit, which gives you different kind of odds and ends to try and learn how the different things work together and different combos. So bounce house is like just keeping everything in play. Snap breakers for like collecting various food items, and then you have things like the bowl mark or the hungry mouth, which then you put collectibles into and you gain money for it, because you're supposed to meet a goal of money each round. And Water Park's all about spawners and multipliers, which is just items that hold your balls. I just realised how terrible that phrasing is. And things that power up and give more money to multipliers to the things around them, but don't actually usually give out any money themselves. But we'll go on Ballionaire. We'll go on the normal difficulty. Actually, let me double check. Yeah. And you have tributes and tribulations. Tribulations are the sort of things that can go against you. So I'm going to start with a random set, maybe. Or maybe can I go with one of the basics? You know what? I am going to go with the pilot. It's a nice one, and we'll go on the first level. There is a whole custom mode, and it does have Steam Workshop, which no one's really put anything in for. It's also got this lab, which you can sort of build and try strategies, but you can't unlock achievements, and honestly, most of the strategies are so basic at this point until they put more content in. You don't really need the lab. And custom is just, you can make an endless mode with this and do all this, but I don't know. I just feel like, as much as I love all these options, there's not enough to play with yet. Not for the cost. There we go, this is Weirdo. It doesn't really explain anything with the plot other than the fact of we're trying to earn money because we're currently a millionaire. which means we have nothing. Okay, we pay the keeper, the adept, and then the hierarch. These elders will basically give us challenges, and then when we win, we earn points to unlock. So, what we got today? So, the start of the run, we have these items, which means we can't place things down. Cooldowns cost a lot, and teleport. These are relatively basic, not too hard. So, these ones suck, though. We are going to put them there. There. As you can see, you can't put them right next to another, so you can't block off the whole area. Let's do that one and that one. Now, Pyramid is the starting level. It's pretty basic. And the main thing with it is you can go off the top. There's nothing holding your ball in, but, you know, you drop it from the top, you go down wide. I would love to see an inverted pyramid level. There's just not enough general levels. I will, again, go over that after I've just shown you the basic gameplay. So, you drop your ball. We have 6 balls to drop. We get a draw at the end. So tomato's not bad. We don't have anything that gives us water balls, so pumpkin's a bit basic. Treasure chest is, until you get the map, small chance of bigger rewards. We're going to go with the tomatoes. Tomatoes are fun because we get more tomatoes. They will actually increase each other's modifier. You get more cash for them. But as luck has it, they're going nowhere near us. And then you get fun things like the cactus, where if you don't get bonked, you actually get money for it. Or I could go for the money. Yeah, no, screw it. I'm not going to go for the cactus build. I'm going to go for a food build. We're going to go for carryables. So, hopefully we get some of these actually going down the middle. And then here we go. Here's the blessed bomb goblin. And I put him there. Because you always want these guys near the top. Okay. And then barbell's very nice. I'm going to put that one right at the top. Because it'll do, for every stack we have of this, and if you get another barbell, we put it down, it will go onto this instead of being a separate thing. We do additional damage. And get extra money. And we still avoid everything. God, this has been awful. This has been terrible luck. Absolutely dreadful. Bouncy mushroom. There we go. Lovely. And then we get balloon. Balloon is going to help us here. I usually want the balloon on the second row rather than the bottom because we want to put fun things on the bottom. But today I'm going to put it here. I know I'm going very central with this. And the game does not seem to want to reward me for that. There we go. Bag of movers. These are boons. Every time you beat one of these levels, which each one of these guys has 3 levels, you gain a boon. Defeats an attackable, teleport back to the spawn point, but that's not so great because all our attackables are at the top. We're going to do movers because I'd like to actually have a few things on the board. Jumbo Jet's fun, but not great for us right now. And the teleporters are going to be nerfed later, so we're going to go with the jumpable. And again, we are a bit stuck because you can't put these within a certain distance of each other. Put that over there. And we'll go for another one over here. Lovely. So not terrible, we're starting to do a bit of damage. Caterpillars. I want to like caterpillars, but they're just like bad balloons, except you don't have to bonk them. Because they take 5 turns to turn into a butterfly. If they're touched before then, they get destroyed. And for some reason, this game seems to hunt them down, and they're really bad on this level, so I'm not going to take you. We have a reroll, so we're going to use this. I'm going to go with the brick. No, actually. Right now, we need to get a nice bit of extra money. So we'll go with the ice cube that give us a water ball. Now, I didn't explain the boons we've got. One of my favourites is the astronaut. We get $200 for every time a ball goes over the top of the map, and we get bonus for every single item it's carrying doing that, which is another reason I was going for the carryables. And there we go. There's our first little explosion. Now, things you could find yourself facing in this game are things like every time one of these gets destroyed, they get more HP. You could have one of these that has to be hit 50 times or more. You might get one of them which eats the money of any items, and you have to feed it a certain amount of money before you go through all your turns, otherwise you automatically lose. That's not bad. I've got some good choices here. I'd really like to add more spawners. I would definitely like to ensure that we had a few more. I could put it here. Let's give it a go. If that gets hit, it will spawn a coin. So everything now seems to be going to the left. If you... Oh, thanks. Enters cooldown, random trigger, gains a multiplier. Lovely. Now, if you could please hit that. Oh, come on, game! This is why I don't particularly like Pyramid, but I figured since it's the first level that you will have access to, really, or it's seen as the tutorial level, this is the one that you kind of want to see before you start the game. Now, if anyone knows any other games that are like this, please let me know, because, you know, I do have a fondness for them, and I always like to hear that kind of thing. Do I put that there? Yeah, you know what? We're going to go for it. Okay. Causes money to be earned. It has a... Okay, nice. That helps if we get more carryballs, which we're not, because the game just absolutely hates me today. We're going to put this here. That's probably a bad idea, actually. Let's just remove that. I forgot the credit card. It drops 5 coins, and then you have to wait 5 turns, and it eats all the balls that comes out, or impacts with it. So we've got nothing down here that benefits from it. I kind of want the little piggy bank one. Would be nice. Again, more balloons on this side, because we haven't really got anything that would benefit from vertical over there. It's like, come on, game. Work with me here. This is the problem of having turned everything back on, that I get nothing particularly good. And also, that look! That look! Okay. No, as much as I was kind of being negative about the game, it will eat up your time. It does have some quite fun achievements to try and do. It has the makings of a really fun game. I just feel that... Oh, here we go. Ballmark. I just feel like there's not enough synergy amongst all these items, and you end up having to ban most of them. And there is also a default set that you have to have in your draw pile. There's nothing you can do about that. I do really like that you get statistics, and you can just examine how your players and what's earning you the most money, and you can sort of learn things. I really like the fact it gives the player the chance to educate itself. Just needs more to work with. Here we go. Lovely. Let's put more bread down. Now, this is actually what... I mean, if it wasn't this level with the really wide bottom, any other level, nearly every single one of them, the best tactic, take that one, we want spells, I can show those off for you, is to have lots of carryballs and get as many of these ball marks as possible, because they stack up over and over and start giving you more and more money. And it's just how I beat the hardest difficulty in the game with very little challenge. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of trouble just getting pretty much anything to hit this. Come on! Considering I broke the game earlier today, where turns were taking 5 or 10 minutes, because I managed to get the combos going, and now I can't seem to get anything. Ah, it really is wild and be like that some days. I'm going to do the kitchen sink. We're going to put it here. More different bowl types that hit it. More points we get from it. It's all very nice. The wallet. We're going to stick the wallet up here, because that's very advantageous to get early. And it goes straight into a mover. It gives us a coin straight away. Alright. Yeah, one random ball gets teleported back to the start. Let's stick it there, since we keep having our balls go down there. Go. This is a fun one. Whenever we do a deposit, it counts twice. Or you make an extra one as... It's not entirely clear. To just add one if I have several, but we finally got a deposit in here. Alright, cash register. For every distinct carryable, we gain an extra ball. Now, this will be really handy down here somewhere. And what I'd want to do is maybe stick it next to a piggy bonk, which absorbs coins that give you points over time. Or cash over time, should I say. This would actually be really good over here or just above these. But now we're all fine. There we go, piggy bonk. We're going to stick you underneath here. And hopefully, we'll get some coins. Damn it. I'm straight off the map. And now we get another tomato. But you know what? I'm going to go for the balloon. I'm just going to go for the balloon just here. There's a chance that it will go straight up and get skyrocketed up there, but it will hit this and release a coin. I might put a tree there as well. Or another one of these if I can. Ah. Brick. We'll go all in on that side there. It may sound weird. I find this to be one of the more difficult levels. Because the square levels tend to be a bit better and you can sort of guess where things are going to go easier. Now, do I want another one of these? I don't see how it'd hurt. Oh, that just makes me sad with that bouncing off the map. There we go. The mall! No, we're going to have the cannon. Jonkin! Or holders. Oh, here we go. This is one of the best ones. This boon goes, every dropped or spawn ball carries an ingredient, which is amazing with the ball mart. Also, you can get a one that goes, if anything's carrying a carryable, it doesn't get destroyed by things that would normally destroy it. I'm starting to think this one's not doing me many favours, because it is just knocking balls straight off the top of the pyramid. So I am going to instead remove that. We have another cash register. I'm going to put it there. There we go! And of all those, only, what, one went in? Ah. Again, bouncing off each other, causing problems. These are all useless to us. This is also useless to us. This is just bad. Let's just skip. Actually, I probably should have done the arrow down here. Go. Sweet Jesus. We're gonna stick the cheese here. That's an Asia. As you go through the turns, it will gain bigger and bigger multipliers, which is very nice. And you can have builds all focused around that. go. As you see, the banana's already kicking in. So every time we hit that, we're going to get a bit more cash. Please! Please go to Walmart! Ah. Alright. Now, the spells. Spell of Blight is really good when you have lots of attackables. But there's no... Because we've not got space, I'm not going to be able to stack them. Same with the Fireball. Rainbow Ball. Everything gets double... It turns it into a Rainbow Ball. You know what? I'm not going to bother trying to increase that. We're just going to make it so this one gives double points. There we go. Lovely stuff. We're going to put another piggy bonk down here. Maybe there. There. See if we can catch a few more of those fallen coins. Still should attack that. I forgot to change the direction of the cannon. Oh. There we go. Oh, it's too close. I should have put it on that far corner. Cannons have a certain amount of oomph to them. And you can launch balls off the level. But it does mean we hit the dude over there, so that's fine. Stick that there. It turns everything into a fireball. If I had more space, there's some wonderful combos I could do with that. But right now, it just adds a carryable. Which adds money. Welcome back. We're now on the last little level of this. Reroll boons right at the end. That's useless to me. All of these are useless. Yeah, well, just put it there. This is all useless. It's all absolutely useless. But we've filled up the screen now. The piggy bonk tactic has worked rather well for us. We've got 40 coins in there. 41! And this wasn't even a well-designed one. This is just me sort of making up as I went along. Now this one is fun. The satellite. Essentially you don't want to hit this one, but it will randomly press one of these. So, is there any of these that are impact ones? It does work for these. No, I don't think I've got any that are really worth it. Sippy Cup is so much fun. I've broken things so much with that. But it's come too little too late. I could have really done some fun things with the Sippy Cup. You know what? I'm going to stick it in anyway. There we go. I love the parachute. It's so much fun with on the right map. And it's just... The astronaut makes it just so good. Axe is pretty fun as well. We could have some good fun with the axe if we wanted. But the problem with axe, if you split it, you lose the carryable. Which is why I'm not removing this and putting axe in its place. There's some visual spectacle about this. It's just hypnotic. Alright. And finally we get another ball mark. Ah. Do I bother? Do I really bother? No. I'm not bothering. We're just going to see if this will carry us to the end. We've got 3 balls left. We are halfway there. Why did it go that way? Okay. That was pretty bad. We may not actually win this. I thought I had this in the bag, but that was a really bad bounce. Go. Oh no, we've got this now. Just the piggy bonk alone will win this for us. Yes, there's one achievement where you're supposed to win by getting within 10,000 of the final total number. And for that one, you just need the closet item and put everything in the closet. I think you've got to be on the second easiest difficulty as well. There we go. Owl, absolutely beautiful. Every time a trigger in this row spawns a ball, gain an extra, basically, ball coming from it. It lays an egg. when I first started playing the game, that was one of the best ones to get. Because I'd try and get a row of these bomb goblins and have one of the owls on either side. Lovely. So, again, the victory screen, very fun, lets you know what your best things were, what your boons were, your top bonks. And again, I do like the information it gives you. It's really nice. It's a satisfying sort of end screen, well done, you've done this. And other levels, as you can see, we've got the pyramid in the background. Then you have the sewer, my personal favourite level, where it's split into two sections, where you have this small little area you drop down here. It goes into a pipe, it comes out a pipe down at the top, and then drops down to the second side of the screen. That is one of the best levels. Slot machine is also a lot of fun. You have these 3 slot machines where they do, and where you roll it, and they all have a different effect depending on what you get. And there's 3 balls that drop. So that one's again very fun, but you have a lot more spaced out places where you can place your various items. So it's a good way of evening it out. Fishing is weird. You kind of drop a ball down and then you pull it back up to the top again. And again, I've only played it once. Didn't really appeal to me too much. It was a little frustrating. But again, I like the out-of-the-box thought approach. But then you get the Ballionaire, where you'd think this would be fantastic, but you can only flip the flippers 10 times. And there's very few actual spaces to do like a pinball machine. There's barely any way you can put your various odds and ends. And I feel like this one isn't very well designed, and it's a bit of a lost opportunity. I would like to see variants of all these levels. There's plenty of ways you could mix them up a bit. And finally, we have the danger wheel. This one's not been bad for achievements, but its main gimmick is it's a Ferris wheel going round. You place your various triggers all around here, and obviously they'll get rotated from the bottom to the top to the bottom as the balls go through, and it keeps turning for as long as the fact the balls are on the screen. So you can have some really good, interesting builds with this, but that's all the levels, and I feel like this time there's not enough content. You could easily make an inverted pyramid level just for a bit of interest. The sewer could have a multiple screen with pipes. You could have it going sideways where things are, bounced along and you're trying to get them through the sideways pipes. I don't know. I keep thinking sewer could have a lot of fun with that. Or you get pipes like they're in the middle. Slot machine as good as it is. I can't really think of new things to do with the slot machine. Same with the fishing. I think that has a very, very unique gimmick, and it's hard to actually change that to make more variations of it. But yeah, definitely the pinball machine. A full pinball machine would be really good with like actual bumpers or special things that are already in the pinball machine for us to aim for or hit. But other than that, this is kind of a Ballionaire in a nutshell. It's not bad. It's not worth the price it's currently selling for, but it has a lot of potential, and the devs are updating it. So if they keep putting more updates in, more variations of triggers and bumpers, more levels, it could really become just a wonderful game. I can't really describe it any other way. It's got a unique charm to it, shall we say.